This disc review is brought to you by Daredevil Discs. Check out daredevildiscs.com for more information on their full line of high-quality Canadian disc golf discs. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my review of the Daredevil Discs Timberwolf. This is a really nice kind of straight, stable control driver from Daredevil Discs. Big thank you to Daredevil for hooking me up with this disc to test and review for you guys. I really appreciate the support. I'm always happy to be able to kind of help spread the word about maybe a lesser known company out there trying to break into the game of disc golf. Everybody's got ideas and they're coming out with interesting stuff, so it's cool to be able to help kind of promote some of the stuff you guys might not know too much about. Daredevil's making a lot of moves right now. They just sponsored Nico Castro, which is pretty big for them. And yeah, so that's interesting stuff. Always good to test out some new plastic. So let's take a look at this guy first of all. There is the flight numbers here are kind of proprietary for Daredevil. They don't really correlate to Innova or like DD flight numbers. If I had to estimate kind of along the lines of a Innova disc, I would say maybe 7 or 8 for speed. The 6 for glide is pretty close, maybe 5 or 6. And then I think the turn is about right, but I would probably put it for like a 2 on the fade. But that's just my kind of quick interpretation. Always remember with the flight numbers, they're very subjective between, from company to company, from person to person. So they're really just a guideline to kind of help you, compare discs within the same manufacturer. So don't take them too seriously is the main point. There's a really cool Timberwolf logo there. I kind of like the kind of symmetrical animal designs that they go with on these newer run discs. They look very cool. And there is your logo, Flex Performance Driver. So I'm fairly certain that Flex Performance is the name of this particular plastic blend. The plastic is really nice. It's got a good feel to it for sure. It's probably a little more flexible than some of the other plastic blends you might be familiar with. Stuff like Star or it's relatively similar to like a Star type plastic, maybe a little bit softer overall. But it's got a good grip to it for sure. It feels nice, and I like it because you can see it's not 100% opaque, nor is it really transparent. It's a little bit translucent. You can see my finger behind it there, maybe, and but it's got a good feel to it for sure. It's got a nice grip, good flexibility, and a good feel in the hand. Let's take a look at the rim profile on this guy. What's interesting at this point in doing this channel, after doing over 80 reviews, that I'm rarely surprised by a disc. Once I get it in my hands and I start to get a feel for how it's shaped, I can pretty much tell you what it's going to fly like based on that, or at least somewhat. I can usually get pretty close at least. It's rare that I'm like super shocked by the flight of something. You can see with the dome top on this thing and the kind of narrow rim profile that it's relatively slow, but it's got good, good glide to it. But it's also not terribly understable, and it has a nice little fade at the end. But yeah, I can pretty much tell all that just by handling it. But a pretty slim rim, rim profile there, with the little dome top we talked about, and be a good disc if you like, kind of smaller rims, and you don't like the, wide rim stuff. This would be something for you to check out. On the bottom here, you can see we've got the DaredevilDiscs.com as it kind of catches the light there. There's a couple logos there. Canada driver. So yeah, these are made in Canada, which is interesting. It's cool to check out some stuff being made up north up there. And this one has a little bit of flashing going on to it, but nothing crazy. And everything that's molded in plastic has that possibility. That'll all clearly break in once you get start throwing this disc consistently. The flashing will go away. No big deal there. But yeah, comfortable feel in the hand. I like the overall rim profile. It's got a good feel, and the plastic type is nice. Let's talk about the flight of this disc. For me and my throwing power, it's pretty straight stable. I didn't have to worry about flipping it over very much at all. I could put more or less a full throw on it. I tend to release most of my throws with some degree of hyzer, and it would just fly really straight and then still have a nice hookup back at the end. It would kind of flip up and ride a little bit, and definitely has nice glide to it. It's got a good glide, a noticeable glide. Noticeable glide, and it definitely flies nice. I think this would be a good option. If you had, you know, a bigger power arm, I think it would be a really straight flying disc all the way. And it's definitely a good option if you want something that's pretty controllable and really intuitive. You don't have to worry about what it's going to do very much. It's a pretty consistent disc that it just likes to fly really straight with that little bit of fade at the end. I was enjoying throwing it for sure. I can get a good straight line throw out of it. It's not like a huge distance thrower, but it's not bad either. With that glide, you can get a good pull out of it, and very nice flight. So yeah, I had a lot of fun testing out the Timberwolf by Daredevil Discs. Thanks again to Daredevil for hooking me up with this disc, and thanks so much to you guys for watching. All right, bye.